What up, guys? So you may be wondering, why is the M46 sitting here with its cage on? Its cage is so ugly. I'm gonna take it off. Well, that would be a mistake, and I'll tell you why. It serves a bigger purpose than you can even know. Say you take this tank and you get up tiered against the deadly Soviets with their heat rounds, formerly known as cheat FS. Now, a lot of Soviet tanks might not use the cheat FS. They might just use the, armor-piercing ballistic cap shells with high explosive, and they're gonna kill you regardless. But it doesn't matter. Say you're hauled down, and someone is using their heat. Well, let me tell you guys, this fence, stupid-looking fence around your M46, 100%, as far as I know, completely absorbs heat FS shells. And it doesn't pen. It doesn't pen anything. It just, the fence takes the shell like it would in a fence, and it explodes. So it doesn't go through. That means that if you're hauled down, they're effectively wasting their money shooting you. So a T10 takes his best round and shoots you, nothing. How do you know this, you may be asking? Well, I was in a game against this tank, and I was thinking, M46, glass cannon junk, like you may be thinking. Or you might be thinking, hey, it's OP, everybody uses it now because it got, the cheat FS. Even though, basically, I swear, in the very next update, maybe even next couple of days, this tank was good for one day, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe 2 days max. Or I was decimating everything with it. I had one really good day with it, and then I just, I switched nations or whatever, and just, started playing my Brits. But I had really one good day in this, I'll admit. Then it seemed like there was like a ninja nerf to the heat rounds, right? And they can't just nerf this tank. They gotta nerf all the rounds. And everybody knows this. Slick B has mentioned it on his channel. I don't know if Fly Daily has mentioned it, but Slick was specifically focusing on his Leo, how it just feels different. And I don't know why he came out at such a late time and was talking about his Leo. I had done a video about the Leo a while back. Because I knew that the sight immediately changed. Like when you look out and you zoom, it's almost like it gives me like vertigo for some reason. Because I don't know where I am. Like I zoom in and it's so close. It's almost like an ATGM sight. It's crazy. You have very little excuse me. You have very little visibility when you zoom in. Like your peripheral vision is gone. Like compared to some other tanks, like even the T10. T10 has a better scope. Almost anything has a better scope. Because when you zoom in on the Leo, you basically don't see hardly anything, and you have to like move around a lot. So I think that's why like Leo players seem like they're worse now, because they may be zoomed in on something, and then you're flanking them, and they're supposed to be the flank masters. But to play the Leo now, you probably have to be like using your binoculars more, and it's just a pain in the ass. You got your hands on the keys, you're hitting B or whatever you set your binoculars to, and then you got to flip back to whatever your zoom is. Mine's Q, actually. So yeah, let's say a Leo hits this tank with its heat round, because it doesn't want to use its HESH shell, because HESH, isn't that good against American tanks. HESH is good at the Soviet tanks, or versus them. So I just want to say heat, the heat FS shells get fully absorbed by this protection up top here that you're looking at. So this entire cage protects you from heat shells. So that's good enough for me, guys. Now, I don't know about you. If you want it to look pretty, take the cage off, but you're gonna get hit up here. And I remember when I first got this cage, I started hearing things like ricochets and cage noises, as if it was actually doing some protection. And I was like, wow, man, this cage is really doing its job. But then I started seeing other people, driving this tank recently without the cage, because I know they just think it looks stupid and it gives away your position. Like, holy crap, look at how huge this cage is. You know, everyone's gonna see me on the map. But trust me, you're gonna get seen anyways. You can't hide with it. It's not like a little, you know, locust tank. It's not like a, you know, just whatever. It's not like a M46 where you can potentially hide with this little tank. You know, if you have bushes. And by the way, guys, you don't necessarily have to buy bushes. You can win them within the Warbond shop. You can win bushes here. Just get 1,500. I gave up on it. I was almost there, but I just thought, you know what? I got enough bushes, so I'm just going to get a bunch of boosters. Just in case you didn't know that, you could win bushes. So, yeah, guys, this is basically a video telling you to use this cage if you're Americans, because an RU is going to come, he's going to hit you, and he's going to say, what the fuck? I just hit this guy square in the side and it did no damage. And you're going to see some guys pissed off. Because the funny thing is, I don't believe Hesh is going to do anything either. Because there's no actually solid armor touching it. This cage is actually pretty OP, actually, in my opinion. So that's basically what all I want to talk about. If I take this tank out, I will record another video. Maybe a live footage of me maybe bouncing some shells or absorbing some heat shells. But see, I made all my videos without the cage. And I was dying. Mostly I died from the upper plate or the side. But this upper plate's just junk. It's basically a full 100, you know, basically 100 millimeter stick. So a lot of Hesh shells might go through it. Even I don't think I've died by Hesh, but it doesn't matter. Any solid shot will go through it. I mean, what doesn't have 100 millimeters pen? I mean, it says effective thickness 134, but you got to be angled at, you know. The problem with angling with tanks is now people are good enough to where they figure out, I'm not going to shoot this upper plate if he's angled. I'm going to shoot the tracks. And then they end up going, like, they hit this little, usually these corners here, and it just enters the tank and kills everybody. Because it goes back here, sets you on fire, and then hits your engine, and then, hey, what's next to the engine? Well, there's, like, ammo right here. So they end up coming in through here, and then it kills this dude, and then it sets the ammo off. So it's funny, because you don't need to be actually shot in the side, or the crew just gets wrecked through these tracks, which I kind of hate that mechanic of the game. I wish that, you know, if you're angled like this and you hit this, I'm not actually trying to aim for the tracks here, because there's this part that, it's weird. It almost like this doesn't act as fucking armor. Like, look. I'm not actually on the tracks. It's almost like it's for looks. I think it is for looks, actually. Only this part actually counts up top. So this part here is not armor. I think it's just for looks. Strangely enough, I don't do this on every tank, but, you know, let's do it on a different tank. Yeah, a British tank, of course. Let's do it on a Brit. Let's do it on a Brit tank. This is just very interesting why I die so much in this. No, see, on this tank it actually counts. This side skirt actually counts. But it's so very... I've bounced some shots on this side skirt, but usually it just goes... They just shoot through the track. It just goes right here, and then boom, and then you're dead. But hell, dude, even the Centurion has better armor than the M46. The effective thickness is even a little bit more. But this lower plate, though, guys... Ugh. The angling is terrible. I mean, they'll go right through that. So you gotta haul down a lot of these tanks. I wish this had a cage too. Alright guys, till next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's not really a video about anything play-wise, but it is very important that you use that cage, guys. Take it easy till next time.